Welcome to our exclusive journey into the life of one of the most enigmatic figures in modern politics, Vladimir Putin. In this captivating documentary, we will delve deep into the daily routine of Russia's president, shedding light on the man behind the political curtain. From morning to night, witness the decisions, actions, and moments that define his extraordinary life. Join us for a day in the life of Vladimir Putin. Welcome to the Enjoy with Luxury channel. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Vladimir Putin is one of the most powerful men in the world. As president of Russia, he has overseen the country's slide back into authoritarianism. His daily routine is shrouded in secrecy, but there are a few things we know about how he spends his time. Putin typically wakes up late, around 10 a.m. He has a light breakfast, usually consisting of coffee and toast, and then reviews his daily schedule with his aides. Putin's days are filled with meetings, briefings, and phone calls. He meets with his cabinet, senior advisors, foreign leaders, and other dignitaries. He also receives regular updates from his intelligence and security services. Putin often travels throughout Russia, meeting regional leaders and inspecting infrastructure projects. He also enjoys spending time outdoors, engaging in activities such as hunting, fishing, and skiing. Let's see the daily routine of a typical day in Putin's life. 10 a.m. Putin wakes up and has a light breakfast. 10:30 a.m. He reviews his daily schedule with his aides. 11 a.m. Putin begins his meetings. He may meet with his cabinets, senior advisors, foreign leaders, or other dignitaries. He may also receive briefings from his intelligence and security services. 1 p.m. Putin has lunch, either in his office or in the Kremlin dining room. 2 p.m. Putin continues his meetings. 5 p.m. Putin takes a break for exercise. He may go for a swim, lift weights, or play hockey. 6 p.m. Putin returns to his office and resumes his meetings. 9 p.m. Putin has dinner, either in his office or in the Kremlin dining room. 10 p.m. Putin finishes his work and goes to bed. Of course, Putin's daily routine can vary depending on his schedule and the current political situation. For example, if he is traveling abroad or dealing with a crisis, he may have to work longer hours. A closer look at Putin's daily routine. Putin's daily routine is designed to maximize his power and control. He isolates himself from dissent, surrounds himself with loyal yes-men, and carefully cultivates an image of strength and decisiveness. Putin's meetings are typically short and to the point. He expects his subordinates to be prepared and to execute his orders without question. He is also known for his micromanaging style, often getting involved in the smallest details of government policy. Putin's exercise regimen is also designed to project an image of strength and vitality. He is a skilled athlete, competing in sports such as judo, hockey, and skiing. He also enjoys swimming and lifting weights. Putin's diet is reportedly healthy and disciplined. He eats plenty of fruits and vegetables and avoids processed foods. He is also said to be a light drinker. Putin's sleep schedule is irregular. He is known to stay up late working and to wake up late in the morning. However, he is also said to be able to function on very little sleep. Putin's image. Putin carefully cultivates an image of strength, decisiveness, and patriotism. He is often seen in military fatigues or playing sports. He also frequently speaks about the need to restore Russia to its former greatness. Putin's image is carefully managed by his media team. The Russian state media is heavily censored and only shows Putin in a positive light. Putin also rarely gives interviews to foreign media. Putin's isolation. The war in Ukraine has led to unprecedented levels of isolation for Russia. Western countries have imposed a wide range of sanctions on Russia, including travel bans on Putin and other senior officials, the freezing of Russian assets, and the disconnection of Russian banks from the SWIFT payment system. These sanctions have made it much more difficult for Russia to do business with the rest of the world. They have also made it difficult for Putin to travel abroad or to meet with foreign leaders. Putin's isolation is likely to have a significant impact on his power and influence. Without access to international resources, it will be more difficult for him to maintain his grip on power. He will also be more vulnerable to internal challenges, such as coups or revolutions. Putin's domestic support. The war in Ukraine has also been very unpopular with the Russian people. According to a recent poll by the Levada Center, an independent Russian polling agency, only 32% of Russians support the war. There are a number of reasons for this lack of support. Many Russians are tired of the war and the economic hardship it has caused. Others are worried about the safety of their loved ones who are fighting in the war. And still, others are simply opposed to the war on moral grounds. Putin's domestic support is likely to continue to decline as the war drags on. If this happens, he will be more likely to face internal challenges. He may also be forced to make concessions to the West in order to alleviate the sanctions and improve the economy. Putin's health. Putin's health is another factor that could affect his life after the war. Putin is 70 years old, and he has been rumored to be suffering from a number of health problems, including Parkinson's disease and cancer. If Putin's health deteriorates, he may be forced to retire or step down from power. This would create a power vacuum in Russia, and it is unclear who would succeed Putin as president. Putin's legacy. Putin's legacy will be shaped by the outcome of the war in Ukraine. If Russia wins the war, Putin will be seen as a strong and decisive leader who restored Russia to its former greatness. If Russia loses the war, Putin will be seen as a failure who led Russia to ruin. It is still too early to say how the war in Ukraine will end. However, one thing is for sure: Vladimir Putin's life will be very different after the war. And there you have it, a day in the life of Vladimir Putin, a man who holds the destiny of a nation in his hands. We hope this journey has given you a deeper understanding of the person behind the politics. Please like, subscribe and share this video to uncover more intriguing stories from around the world. Thanks for joining us on this extraordinary adventure.